Grime, the raw, unfiltered sound of London streets. But how did this explosive genre come to life, and who were the key players behind its rise? Today we're diving deep into the story of how Richard Cowie, more commonly known as Wiley, built the grime scene. To understand grime, we need to look at the UK music scene in the late 90s and early 2000s. From an urban perspective, the main music making noise was jungle, UK garage and dancehall. Originating from Jamaica, dancehall had been around a while, inevitably always having a place in the UK, which has a high Caribbean population, especially in areas of high cultural influence like London and Birmingham. Jungle emerged as a genre in the 90s, synonymous with the rave scene, with heavy roots and dancehall influence. UK garage, perhaps the genre that most directly preceded grime, was a fusion of dance, house, jungle and R&B, and reached its height in the late 90s. The MCs were about vibes and performed alongside the DJ, who often was at the forefront of the music. The audience and partygoers tended to dress up smart in the rave, wearing suits and Patrick Cox shoes. The end of the 90s is where the music started to take a more lyric-driven turn, with the likes of Heartless Crew, and most notably the So Solid crew, who brought a darker edge to the music. Over in East London, a new sound was emerging, a sound that would change the game forever. In East London, particularly in and around the Newham and Tower Hamlets boroughs, a new sound was emerging. Whilst Heartless Crew and So Solid crew had brought a more MC-driven aspect to garage, a crew by the name of Pay As You Go Cartel were beginning to make noise, with a familiar garage style, but with a noticeably darker production and less dancey feel. Pay As You Go's main members included Major Ace, Play De Niro, Godsgift, Maxwell D, DJ Target and Wiley. They formed in the late 90s, combining members of the defunct Ladies Hit Squad, after the two groups regularly appeared on pirate radio together.
Let's try, then kill them on the now. This is the original bad boy flow. Some of them are the but they really don't know. Oh, she affects like desperado. Oh, she tastes like sweet potato. Turn them white like a fresh mango. To the point of rhythm around the lingo. Everybody wanna know, just give them a flow. Yeah, my crew gonna steal the show. Gonna show everybody about style and flow. Gonna be number one, everybody knows. Gonna get you, we're gonna spit my flow slow.
In April 2002, they released a track named Champagne Dance, which charted at number 13 in the UK national singles charts. However, it was some of their more underground tracks that were shaping a new sound.
Everybody wants to be a top shooter.
It's the big bad Page You Go. If you didn't know, well now you know. Godsgift, Major Ace and Play Galero. There's certain MCs on death row.
By this point, Pay As You Go Cartel were not solely responsible, but were at the forefront of a rise of MCs and DJs, predominantly from East London, that were bringing their own twist to the UK garage sound. And one man particularly stood out amongst his peers as the driving force behind this new sound. That man was Wiley. Born Richard Cowie Jr., Wiley grew up in Bow, East London, and was the son of a musician. His early influences were diverse, ranging from reggae and dancehall, as his father was a reggae artist. His first involvement in music was via jungle, emceeing at jungle raves with longtime friend Rico Dan.
Who's on the mic, the original Wiley kid, bad and wicked. Who's on the mic, the original Wiley kid, bad and wicked for the this. Who's on the mic for the this? But you know that in the jungle is. What about the mic can make it better to sport, get into that and get into this. Who's on the mic, the original Wiley kid, bad and wicked. Who's on the mic, the original Wiley kid, big, bad and wicked for the this. Who's on the mic for the this? But you know that in the jungle is. Call whatever the mic can make it better to so really cover shot in at the jungle is for the this.
He moved on to UK garage, producing the UK garage smash, Nicole's Groove.
And try to find some sweet. Wanna be the first to run tail. You took my virginity, but I'm gonna hold out.
Following on from this, he produced tracks like No We and Terrible, as well as emceeing on the track with his crew. There was a marked difference between these instrumentals and the UK garage instrumentals that existed before this.
You know I love you lots and out to 10. Selector, coming out the mix and blend. The L, the Y, the B, the I.
The C never heard, never happened, never occurred. I really put it on my lyrical word. Oh no, that's the word. Oh no, that's the word.
No we, so them not know we. Them pass it what them not know we.
They call me William, I'm gonna make a million. I beg them to listen to the style I'm giving them.
I'm gonna live to the end, cause now we're going up.
They didn't, you know, I was a real money getter. Me and my crew, we hot, can't get better. Them wine, I'm ready for the wickedest thing. It's no long thing, the wickedest thing. Every day I never stay low like a shadow. Forget everybody, now I'm going on, now I feel me flying like a sparrow.
Other crews began also making similar music that flirted between the lines of UK garage as we know it and this new music, which at the time remained nameless.
Are you really from the ends? Are you really from the ends? Are you really from the ends? Too many boys that wanna pretend.
Oh, there's that bully for me. Uh-oh, there's that bully for me. Uh-oh, there's that bully for me. Drop it, girl, drop baby.
Turn your shirt into a string vest. Even bulletproof vest can't test.
Take them out, take them out, take them out.
We will.
With the sound of garage beginning to change, Wiley, a young MC and producer with a vision, was at the forefront of this change in the sound. With the spread of the music we now know as grime, Wiley, along with other producers, began to become an influential figure, setting the blueprint for the new sound of the streets. Wiley's true innovation came with the creation of Eskibeat, a subgenre of grime characterized by its cold electronic sounds and minimalist beats.
Eski music's like, it's like all the different musics that I listen to, and when I've got the sounds, like say if you give me sounds like a Congo drum or whatever you've given me, and I've got the special bass where I always use the bass, and I just come up with a sound, a version of whatever. Like so, say if I listen to a hip hop tune, then I'll make a hip hop tune, but in Eski way. Do you know what I mean? And then I'll make a garage tune that's speed, but in Eski way, and I just keep using the same dark format.
Tracks like Eskimo and Ice Rink laid the groundwork for what would become the signature sound for this early era of grime. Key to the rise and impact of grime was pirate radio. Pirate radio was the lifeblood of grime, and Wiley was a staple on stations like Rinse FM. These platforms allowed artists like Wiley to share their music directly with the streets, bypassing traditional industry gatekeepers. After the breakup of the Pay-As-You-Go cartel, Wiley formed a new crew called Roll Deep, which included the likes of Flowdan, Scratchy, Rico Dan, amongst others. Grime raves such as Sidewinder were also integral to grime culture. Wiley, realizing this, created his own grime rave called the Eskimo Dance, which became a legendary platform for grime artists to showcase their skills.
Eskimo Dance is a big rave right now. It's Wiley's dance.
The whole underground thing in one rave.
Roadblock every time it's big.
These events were known for their electrifying energy and played a key role in uniting the grime community. The Eskimo Dance became a rite of passage for many grime artists, solidifying Wiley's status as a central figure in the scene. As well as performing in raves, he was on pirate radio where Wiley and other Roll Deep members would hone their skills, which included clashing other MCs from rival crews. Clashing is an integral part of grime, and no one embodied and embraced lyrical war more so than Wiley. Wiley really seemed to get a taste for war when Pay-As-You-Go cartel came up against Heartless Crew at Destiny nightclub, Watford, in 2001.
Let me say son. Listen, born heartless from far. You never know Max said me I start me this sound boys white born heartless from far. Here comes a band, you call Max a Ranger. Born Bush came from far. You never know Max said me I start me this sound boys white but mighty from far. Here comes a band, you call Max.
EMC's alive. EMC's alive. EMC's alive. EMC's alive. Maxwell Lee can't survive.
No, stop that.
Wait, no, me done.
I don't know.
Me not chat no more lyrics. Who do you want? Do you want to hear Heartless or Pay As You Go? Heartless, 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 Heartless. Come off the stage. Move. They don't want to hear you. They don't want to hear you.
What is that? What you think? Is that what you think? Oi, blood. Calm. Lyrics for lyrics, calm. Come on, no. Lyrics for lyrics, calm. You're not big. You're not, blood. I know that. You think I will take that?
Hey, where is the promoter? Pay As You Go. Your time is done. You don't have no more credit. You're run out. Lock off.
We're not. EMC's alive. Listen.
Hey, Pay As You Go. Dead.
Hey, yo, listen.
When I say Pay As You Go, you say dead.
Listen.
Pay As You Go. Pay As You Go.
Listen.
When I say Pay As You Go, you say dead. Pay As You Go.
This one's cool.
Pay As You Go. Okay, argument done. Argument done.
Heartless crew were arguably the biggest crew at the time, but Wiley learned from the experience and utilised the tactic deployed by Heartless crew frontman Bushkin in his own future clashes. Wiley's willingness to clash was in the true spirit of grime, with many seeing him as a huge scalp and someone that, if defeated or ran close, would be a huge boost to their own career and status as a serious and respected MC.
I'm rolling with the bass, I'm heavy notes. You can never ever say that you're ready notes. When you want heavy notes, I'll pop your girlfriend's cherry notes. I'll pop your ex-girl cherry notes. Now suck your mum, the rude boy. Your bad liver's going down fast, rude boy. Gonna be a big thing in a bar, rude boy. Don't shit one lad, won't lost. The mum's got athlete's foot.
Only sound boy, don't care how you sound, sit down boy. Come around boy, swing around boy. In your face boy, do it with the case boy. The one that only sound boy, don't care how you sound, sit down boy. Give it around boy, swing it around boy. In your face boy, do it with the case boy.
Take it to heart, rude boy. Well, I'll tear your crew apart, rude boy. Do you really want to take part, rude boy? When it's all said and done, I will laugh, rude boy. Catch me traveling my path, rude boy. You can't stop me traveling my path, rude boy. No, I'm in the path, rude boy. Okay, listen up, yo. So, suck him up all in. Right here, you will get bun all in. But your crew never gets spun all in. Catch me, that's not fun all in. I bring war with no feelings all in. I'm the reason, I'm the meaning all in.
When on the street road, for your peeps, get eventually weak, it's your big butt. Done it now, bring out your crew, quick.
You're not real, you can't put a wool over. You say nigga, but pull over. I don't need to, but I never pull over. I never really been see something over.
Who's gonna hold me back once I start? You crazy? I'll shut you up with a dum-dum, you baby.
K-A-N ain't shotting no O's. K-A-N can't roll with the pros. K-A-N can't bust on the show. K-A-N ain't ready for the
Many tried but many failed, with Wiley viewed as the undisputed warmonger of grime. Wiley often showed humbleness in allowing MCs with a somewhat inferior status clash him, often encouraging and entertaining it. Some of this was down to his competitive nature, his love for the music, but also his willingness to give others a platform, encouraging his opponent mid-clash or reacting positively to his opponent's lyric, and more so than anyone else.
I war with people because that's how I keep myself on my feet, innit? If I didn't war, I'd be bored. I would feel unchallenged. That's why, and so I war with the people so that I stay on my toes, innit? Like, I can't slack because that one is writing bars and that one's writing bars and I have to write bars as well, so I won't slack. It doesn't matter. I would never slack ever. That keeps me on my... If I didn't do war, I would just be not even caring that much.
Wiley continued making waves with the Roll Deep crew, recruiting a young MC by the name of Dizzee Rascal, and together they became a deadly duo. Wiley had a reputation for recruiting young talent, bringing in the likes of Rough Squad member Tinchy Strider. Dizzee Rascal was a young aspiring MC who had already gained a buzz in East London, featuring on early Nasty Crew sets before they really took off.
Lyrically shadow boxing for the crew locked in. Lyrically kickboxing, sipping gin, singing the Kung Fu King. They bring firearms, you bring Shaolin. Dizzee Rascal, barefoot Shaolin kid. Hurricane kick to the rib, ready for the Buddha finger technique. I put an MC to sleep.
With his ear to the streets, Wiley was well aware of his talent and recruited him to roll deep. Together, Wiley and Dizzee Rascal would regularly perform in raves and pirate radio, becoming the deadliest duo in grime history.
We're gonna take them higher. Rascal Wiley, that's what you require. 200, names on the flyer. Who's blowing up like a Michelin tire? Traveller, hustler, weed juggler, big smuggler, terrible, how we going on regular. Bet ya, they can never step to the dapper. Quicker and slicker, and my heart is bitter. Into the arcade, I draw from my clicker. Moving the gal them way, I'm a pum pum dipper. G-spot hitter, I am a winner to the end, I'm a sinner.
Yeah, take time for street. Samurai separate legs from feet. 22-inch blade, nothing ain't sweet. Leaving MC on the floor in the streets. That way I can't compete. Dizzee don't play fair, Dizzee might cheat. Draw for your handgun, draw for your heat. Dizzee boy, make a big boy look petite.
Roll deep, never coming up into the scene. I scream money when I'm biting from a team. Man, I roll deep, honey roast getting lean. You might see me in a new Merc Jeep limousine. I got the power extreme to make the gal scream. Fully shine bright just like a sunbeam. I was going downstream, now I'm coming upstream. Used to be a dream, I'm letting off steam. Smash your windscreen, dirty not clean. Ain't got a routine, I'm a lyric machine. In the meantime, between time, I'm unseen. Out of sight, out of mind. In the magazines, not sleeping. You can't see me, I'm round the back creeping. It's not a picture, you better stop peeping. You wanna test and you might get a beating. We bring the central heating.
Yeah, lyrical tank. Boxing MC like my name was Frank. Going on dirty, going on stank. Robbing MC like Barclays Bank. Yo, Dizzee Rascal slicker than Rick. Ready for war, come with a conflict. Never start arms for a trick. I'm not a prick, I'll enjoy life real quick.
Ready for the dapper, Dizzee, Wiley, straight for the manner. Hit with the slammer just like Dave Banner, cliffhanger. And for them boy, them a cracker, watch me, I'm a jiggy, way too heavy. Wanting for gal, they wanna come and get with me, I'm shady. Lyrically, the bum diggy, hit with a new style, Wiley, beat 3 generations sleep. When I get money, people gonna hate on me. Piggy, I'm gonna shop and then shipping past any MC. The 1% to me, boy, I get buried. Not just any MC, couldn't test me. I'm a real G from out of B3. There seems to be a lot of energy, inspiration coming out of my body, yo.
Not lever on sway, heat wave, fire resist high grade. Cascade, get back, kick, get sprayed. You hear them, a sticky bed, get laid. Chevy A, that's not Dizzee on blade. House up, baseline, trip, no fake. He's hurt, somebody get first aid. You ain't brave, go to your bed, it's made.
You listen to this? Check what you got to the air.
With Wiley and Dizzee Rascal causing carnage in the scene, they spent the summer of 2003 on the Cypriot island of Ayia Napa with the rest of the Road Deep crew. Top artists in the scene would all be in Ayia Napa performing, with Notorious Garage Crew's So Solid crew also in Napa at the same time. An incident occurred where there was an altercation between Roll Deep and the So Solid crew, which allegedly resulted in some members of So Solid chasing Roll Deep members, specifically Wiley.
Started with Dizzee doing something he shouldn't have done. He touched a young lady that's within our camp, you know, touched her ass or whatever. And obviously that's inappropriate. We've ended up down insomnia, throwing a few punches, whatever, not Face has come out, wrapped his chain around his hand, hit Wiley in his head. Okay. Wiley's run off up the road kind of thing.
This incident led to another incident where Wiley allegedly kicked the So Solid affiliate off a moped and pulled out a shank.
And the next day, one of our guys from So Solid was riding up the road, but he's not a member of So Solid or nothing, he just got a t-shirt on. Because he had a t-shirt on, Wiley seen that, kicked him off his bike.
Okay.
You know, gave him a few punches and kicks and that as well, and then took out a knife and said, "Raw, tell Mega 1-1." Like,
okay.
Obviously, you know, man get down, everyone gets down. You get me? When it's time to get busy, man get busy. Obviously, you get me? Like, people are defending what has happened. You get me?
That was a little misunderstanding, but anyway, it went to how far it went. It was always gonna go that far. It was cat and mouse, and it like, okay, you done that. No, it wasn't cat and mouse, sorry, that's the wrong thing. It was like, he does something, and then he does something, and then he does something, like, always, no one's gonna wanna have it. That's what it was. So then he done that, they got angry, then they done that to him, then we done that to them, then they done that. Do you get me? It's just one of them situations. So it was always gonna happen.
With tensions rising between the two crews, things came to a head when Dizzee Rascal was stabbed on the island of Ayia. We've all heard the rumours of who may or may not have been responsible and why this may have happened. What we do know for certain is that the incident marked the end of the deadly duo of Wiley and Dizzee Rascal, with Dizzee leaving the Roll Deep crew for good.
If I was his age and I got stabbed in Ayia and I weren't Wiley, I would be exactly the same. The thing with me and Dizzee is, whatever happened in our lives, we should have been able to get past it, but we haven't.
Dizzee went on to sign to a major label, eventually creating his own label, Dirty Stank, bringing former Nasty Crew members DEE, Footsie and Monster, known as the Newham Generals. Dizzee's debut album, Boy in the Corner, is still considered the greatest grime album of all time, for which he won a Mercury Music Prize, which was a landmark and groundbreaking moment for grime. Dizzee later went on to have huge mainstream success with a more commercial sound, with some feeling he turned his back on grime. With Wiley and Dizzee Rascal no more, Wiley continued with the Roll Deep crew, releasing one of his most important tracks, called What You Call It. The instrumental of the track, Igloo, was already killing the roads, but on the track, Wiley spat about the music he makes and what name we should be calling it.
What you call it? Two-step? Two-step? Tell us what you call it.
This was a time where the music being created was still nameless, and when asked what music you did, MCs would simply say, I MC or I spit.
People can't even address it and say, yeah, I'm making this type of music. That's the good thing about it right now.
I don't have a name for it.
New. Something new.
It just makes you bop your head. Just like our expression of music.
Ghetto in it, from the streets. Like.
With Wiley throwing the question out there as to what name the music should be called, the name grime began gaining traction.
That's a big question, what you call it?
That's what my aim was. I said, I want everyone to go around and ask each other, what do you call it?
Don't put no names in it, especially like grime, sub-low. No, I don't do no sub-low.
It sounds grimy, so it's grime, really, innit?
Wiley's question about the name of the music was answered, and despite the reservations of some sections of the scene, it was a name grime that gained traction and eventually stuck. Following on from the mainstream success of his protege, Wiley signed with XL Recordings and released his debut album, Treading on Thin Ice. The album didn't quite reach the heights of Dizzee Rascal's Boy in the Corner or Kano's Home Sweet Home, but it was a solid effort and another example of grime announcing itself to the mainstream. In 2004, Wiley set up Eskibeat Recordings, allowing him to release music under his own label, whilst at the same time continuing to release music under various labels. Albums released included Playtime's Over, Grime Wave, and Tunnel Visions 1 to 7, amongst others.
I got a turkey spreadsheet from school where cool his family are.
Wiley's biggest musical successes, at least from a financial perspective, were his mainstream endeavours, which began with his smash release, Wearing My Rolex, which reached number 2 in the UK national singles charts.
Next thing she's wearing my Rolex, too much shams, don't know where my phone is.
Over the years, Wiley continued to dabble with this more mainstream sound, while still releasing more traditional grime.
Let's go, Jack, we can play catch up. I've checked both statuses and they don't match up. You've been in the game since the days of Viper, raising rollers, still you can't catch up. Yo, you're not ready, it's known, we bring two out. Yeah, I love arms, it's bait, I'll take you out. Can't salute us, we are G's, who are you at? More time you sing songs, now you wanna slew. I'm racing past you out here, not a waste, so waste your whole crew out.
Further mainstream successes included Can You Hear Me and Heat Wave, which reached number 1 in the UK singles charts.
I get around with the crowd when I'm roaming.
Everybody right now, can you hear me?
In a heat wave, I've got vibes to sell, people want them.
Party, I'm gon' dance.
Beyond his own music, Wiley played a crucial role in mentoring and collaborating with other artists. An underappreciated and rarely spoken about attribute of Wiley's is his willingness to collaborate with his peers of lesser stature. Whether this be through directly working with them, giving them a platform, or even engaging in lyrical war with them as a means to boost their profile, Wiley wasn't stush about clashing people and potentially giving them a name off the back of the hype they would receive from clashing him, when really he didn't have to. Looking at Wiley whilst clashing, you can see how he almost encourages and cheers on his opponent, often giving a bigger reaction than the audience, or clapping in approval. He also engaged in clashes with the movement, admittedly worthy contenders, but younger artists like Hood Stars, who really had no business clashing in terms of stature, but did so to perhaps boost their profile.
Hey listen, I'm the reason the levels all flyed up. Don't try and get straps up and end up as the one that I while up. When I put shit on the shelf, it don't pile up. I don't lie about getting signed up. Done any one of them, man, go ahead, blood, line up. You ain't in the top 5, blood, climb up.
Tile, I'm bigger than your wifey's breast. I'm so familiar with your wifey's breast. I'm peeking. This ain't no grimy test. It's more like an MC, don't try me test.
William, you're a tip fake like silicon. Sniff's got to your brain cells and it's killing them. You bang girls that are 15. I'm only 17 and I still wouldn't do that. Your career's dead like Biggie and Tupac. I'm dirty, my career's flying. You're nearly 30 and you're still trying. Now that's 2 albums that nobody's buying. You used to say 38, 38. Nowadays you're about 38, 38.
Old tight deviling. Ballad, batty boy talking Dagnum pussy. Hey Devlin, don't make me come round Dagnum and start waving guns about, please.
Richard, I've got the juice like Bishop. You're not vicious, you're in the team for the fibbers. Way better know I'll be the boy with the better flow. The way you battle, we're better like I'm a swingers from here to Plymouth. The streets love with the movement delivers. Roll deeper, so weak, it's like I'm here on the ocean to rivers. Won't stop till I got money like jiggers.
You run up on the movement laughing, fuck it. Justin's wife's got a bucket, fuck it. Not none of you could chuck it, fuck it. Salute anybody in the family, fuck it.
I don't mind using Will as the target. Then taking Danny's wheel, I won't breeze. I like carnage. I shine on vinyls without varnish. And every boy and boy better know, better go get a flow or don't get involved. You're meant for some hoes. I'm Sway, you're Pirelli. I'm Kane, the Danger Mouse. But when the flame is out, Real will be giving up food that there ain't a drought.
None of you niggas ain't ever been grimier. You ain't slimier. I put your samurai inside of ya. You've made a few moves and you think that you're moving. I've got more power on my own than a movement. When I come around, I'm a nuisance. Might bring to it if I'm swimming against any movement. Ask any movement. I ain't a student. Teach every spitter in the game, but it's like not losing.
Listen, crackhead, that's what he is a crackhead. Stuttering and shaking like a crackhead. What do you mean? Ain't you seen a crackhead? YouTube typing Eskibeat the crackhead. Grassy crackhead, cold hard crackhead, Eskimo crackhead. He won't crackhead. If I wanna sit, I'll call him a crackhead, cause he looks like a crackhead.
Killer, thought you know you ain't real. You think you got a born instinct for a killer. Then I spray bars take over like it'll be overnight. And I'll be back to my killer. You're me, son. I can hear it in your sound and I see, son. You got the wrong impression of me, son. Go to church down on one knee, son. Tell God that your whole life plan kicks and snares that came from me, son.
Wiley not getting a matter. Wiley's wife, he wears a diaper. You're no longer the lyrical snapper. Your big lips should never be on a flyer. Like it's about to heat up. Look, silly Willy will get beat up. And your sister wants to sleep up. That's my bed, one beat up. Come again, Willy. It's about to heat up. Look, silly Willy will get beat up. And your sister wants to sleep up. Look, my bed, one beat up. Come again, like Wiley, you know I'm a player. I'll move to your sister, Janaea.
What's his name again out of your mouth? Right. Remember, I am saying that now. Next time I hear you say it, life changes. It changes. Don't say my mum or dad's name out your mouth. Where's the respect? Because I never said yours. That's number one. And number two, you do, you'll see next time, yeah?
Again, this demonstrates both his love and passion for the music. He was also someone who gave many artists opportunities. He brought in Tinchy Strider and linked up with Dizzee Rascal. Both artists gained recognition from linking with Wiley, in turn helping them achieve mainstream success. Then there's Ice Kid, Chipmunk and Little D, who he worked with and promoted in an attempt to get them to blow musically.
Yeah, Chipmunk's out of North London, he's gonna do his thing.
No, I don't need help when clashing ya, cause I got the Lord on my side.
I'll take Ice Kid's up next, we're ready to do this.
Crow with the vest, the armor guards, part Charizard, and my heart's got a darker tan.
Wiley noticed me. Wiley got Whatever the Weather Volume 2 mixtape from Maniac, the producer.
One day I was in PC World and Wiley rings me and says, I'm outside your house. And he said, right, this is this kid Chip, he's amazing, you're gonna work with him now. I want to pay for everything, and I'm off.
Wiley also brought in an unknown MC at the time from Northwest London called Manga and recruited him to Roll Deep Crew simply because he had heard Manga in a rave and thought he was talented.
I think the story was Wiley met him in West as well because Manga's from Northwest. After a couple of months, Wiley rang Manga, was like, what crew you in? Yeah. Manga said, I'm not in any crew.
He was on.
He was like, right, you're going to be a Roll Deep. We was making an album at the time.
I remember it still.
He told him to come to the studio and just tell them, I basically told him I sent you. And that's what happened. He just turned up, he was like, why is Wiley here? Wiley weren't there. We let him come in because he was like, Wiley told me to come down.
And everyone's heard that so much.
He sat there all day. Wiley never ever came that day. But
which is common.
People just started taking to him and like, we'd all met him for the first time. And after a few days of being in the studio, and obviously Wiley had come, and he just ended up joining in, and
that's crazy.
First thing he did was go, well, I'm here.
I'm fast up and like a slow coach when I'm here. You could never say I never roll deep when I'm here. Eskibeat's the reason why everybody's here.
I'm quick to react, you stay there when I'm here. Critical with every syllable when I'm here. Someone double with every decibel when I'm here.
Remember, this was a time when East London had a stranglehold of the grime scene and would not so readily bring in other MCs, especially from different parts of London. This would even extend to other areas in the UK, with Wiley spending some time in Manchester around 2009, working with upcoming MCs Shifty and Wrigley, both from Manchester, which again was a surprise at the time.
Silly tray, silly move, silly again. Silly with him, you silly with them. Who's got lyrics? I ain't gotta tell him again. If I never had any of them, and he would be sitting again. When I'm not around, man, I'll start living again. You wanna live in a 2, I wanna live in a 10. Go and ask PPL, fam, I did it again.
I ride mic with pipe, my mind's too frightening to try bite. I might decide to strike him. I'm like how you might, my right's too frightening. My mind's high like I've been trying a white shit, but I like the dust been right in the night shit. I rise high like heights, this guy's too firing. So like bright lights, this guy's crew shining.
Keep my eyes on me. I'm in the club, just clocks are nice. Eyes on her wondering what's on her mind. I was watching her wine like I was minding a drink, watching her wine.
Wiley seems like someone who, if he rates you, will bring you in and work with you without wanting anything in return. Many of these decisions appear not financially driven, where he feels he can get a cut from promoting you, but simply rating your talent, giving you the platform and being happy to see you reach your potential, in turn helping to increase the exposure of the genre. And it's here we move to the biggest link up yet in terms of extending his arm to help others for the betterment of the scene, and that's his link up with JME and Skepta from the Meridian crew. In 2004, a serious incident occurred in Meridian Walk, Tottenham, which resulted in a man being shot in the head. This incident was linked to affiliates of the Meridian crew. The Meridian crew were a grime crew from Tottenham, North London. Key members of the crew included Big H, President T, Paper Pabs, Bossman, Meridian Dan, Skepta and JME. Due to the serious nature of the incident, some members were arrested for questioning, with Bossman jailed for a short period. But Skepta, who at the time was a DJ and producer, not an MC, had his computer seized by the police as part of the investigation.
For a bad patch and that, you get me, I didn't have a computer for a little while and that. And then got my computer back, and now I'm just back on form. I've released Private Caller. Bossman, yeah, Birdie, right now he's gone through a worse patch than I have, yeah. I lost my computer, but he's lost his freedom right now, you get what I'm trying to say, but he's innocent, you get what I'm saying, party in the thing, so he's just, you know what I'm saying, he got the bad hand of the law right now, so.
Skepta unable to access any of his beats and music, and with the crew left in disarray, with some having to move out the ends, meant a huge spanner in the works for the Meridian crew. JME was arguably the biggest name at the time from Meridian, and is the younger brother of Skepta. Wiley had heard about their situation and reached out to the brothers, telling them to pass through and link up with him to work on some music.
Got a couple bars and that now, you get me, doing a little work with Roll Deep, some Meridian work, just doing bare work, man, because you get me, I gotta get the spitting game up there as well. Fucking productions and spitting, bare shit, you get me, bare shit.
Wiley went on to form a crew with JME and Skepta called Boy Better Know. Boy Better Know was the brainchild of JME, named after his signature lyric, Boy Better Know, recruiting the likes of Frisco, Jammer and Shorty. Boy Better Know went on to become one of the biggest grime crews in history, with smash hits like Too Many Men tearing down dances nationwide. But more importantly, it was a link up with Wiley, forming of Boy Better Know, and of course the work ethic and talent that took both JME and Skepta to the next level, particularly Skepta going on to be a global superstar. Wiley being Wiley, you can always expect his thirst for lyrical war to rear its head, and around 2019 he decided to draw out Stormzy. Stormzy was undoubtedly the new star emerging from a fading grime scene, with his own brand of grime, witty one-liners and ability to make music anybody can enjoy, not just grime fans. Stormzy had become one of the biggest UK musicians, transcending genres. Wiley instigated matters, posting on Twitter, claiming Stormzy cheated on Maya Jammer, his ex-girlfriend, then going on to drop Idiot Skengman.
It's Wiley again. Every time I listen to the big 5 singles you drop, I can hear all my stylies again.
And to everyone's surprise, Stormzy responded with a track called Disappointed.
I think about suck your mum, I soon bust your lip. We don't say them things, they look cut the shit.
After Wiley's Idiot Skengman 2,
ask your mum where she knows me from. I've done more for you than your dad has. You didn't cheat my dad, so don't backtrack.
Stormzy fired back with Still Disappointed.
So why you love to talk about mum so much? Where's yours? Let me just pause.
With the clash dying down after Wiley's Idiot Skengman 3.
Hold on bro, let me say this. Nobody cares if you got all your songs on the playlist. The music shit, we don't play this.
Who won the war is up for debate, but it was especially good for Stormzy's career, as even his biggest haters would struggle to say he didn't do his thing. gaining respect from hardcore grime fans who viewed him as a commercial MC and not a real grime MC. Stormzy previously and continuously ignores sends from Chip, possibly believing he has less to gain from clashing Chip, whereas Chip has more to gain in terms of boosting his career. With Wiley it's a little different, as Wiley has been there and done it and appears less focused on progressing his career as an artist, also going toe to toe and coming out relatively unscathed with the certified warmonger, the most prolific clashing MC in grime history, and probably one of his idols, was too good of an opportunity to pass by.
I should never have battled with Stormzy. It happened because of something silly. I was having a bit of a Barney with Ed Sheeran, nothing personal. I rate Ed Sheeran. And, you know, he was there, kind of was defending Ed. I got upset. Next thing, we're having a battle. But for me and him personally, it's not something I'm happy about. You know, I wish that I never battled him because I'm the older person and I've already had 15 years. You know, I already was battling for years before I even knew who he was. So, you know, I should only have been battling with my own era and peers. I respect him. I appreciate what he's done. And I will always be on his side.
Wiley was perhaps driven by his desire to compete, but also to create a buzz and keep grime alive. However, Wiley's love for causing a stir and being outspoken on social media was soon to land him in serious trouble. Wiley's journey wasn't without its controversies, with both significant highs and lows, from being stabbed multiple times on 2 separate occasions to reaching lofty heights as a musician, for which he received an MBE from the Queen in 2017, to reuniting on stage with his long-lost comrade Dizzee Rascal, to beefing with Ed Sheeran and Drake.
Ed Sheeran, you are a culture vulture. They called you, Ed, the most influential urban artist of a decade. You know what? It should have said the artist who sold the most. Because how can he be the most influential urban artist? Because SBTV and everyone thinks they've got some footage of Ed on Rinse FM or something. Ed Sheeran was nothing to do with grime. He was a guitarist who Scorcher met working with True Tiger or whoever, playing guitar when Gets and Scorcher are rapping. When they're rapping, thank you. Ed's not a grime MC. I'm mad at Ed Sheeran because he said, "You need me, man, I don't need you." Guess what he did? He used something that belongs to me. You are not allowed to come back and bread Stormzy and get a Spyro remix and use grime. You're not. You're not allowed to use grime. You know why? Because we're not allowed to use you. He is not allowed to just do what he wants when it comes to the word grime. And I'm telling you that. Drake is a pagan. You know, bruv, listen to this. This brother comes on the O2. My man is bringing out people like as if he is Jesus Christ the Saviour. Jay Huss come out of jail. Did he come out of jail? Jay Huss, yeah?
Yeah, same day.
Yeah, my man brought him out the stage, right? That looks good, don't it? That looks cool, innit? Like,
yeah, it was major. I was there.
Yeah, I watch. It looks good, innit? My man brought him out, innit?
Yeah, it looks sick. Yeah, I thought it was amazing.
Exactly.
But what's wrong with that?
So can't you see what people do out here? Man, them who are not from the hood, they come to places, try and get involved with man from the hood.
Do you see no positive to what Drake does when he embraces the scene?
No, because you know why? He's not embracing the scene. He's doing it for himself.
What is he gaining from, for example, bringing back Top Boy?
Oh my God, what do you mean what is he gaining?
No, I'm genuinely asking you, what do you think he's gaining?
If you're a good youth and you grew up in the suburbs and all of a sudden you become a rapper, do you know what you do? You gravitate to where you never came from. That's why.
So you think it's for perception for him?
Oh, mate, come on. It's a true story.
To probably the biggest controversy of his career occurring in 2020. Wiley has always been an outspoken figure, never afraid to speak his mind, regardless of how controversial it may be.
Breaking news today, we've seen Boris Johnson has tested positive for coronavirus.
What a way to control the masses, mate. I think the system, the powers that be, they are amazing at their job, mate. A virus is a business.
On 24th of July 2020, Wiley, upset with his manager, John Wolfe, who is Jewish, made a series of posts on social media about Jewish people, commenting on their powerful position within institutions, stating they are the law and cannot be challenged. This became national news, with Wiley being banned from social media altogether, and the Home Secretary at the time, Priti Patel, demanding an explanation from Twitter and Instagram as to why it took 48 hours to remove the posts. Wiley came out and apologised for generalising Jewish people.
Jewish community, you're too touchy. Anyway, Israel is not yours. Hold that.
I want to apologise for generalising, number one. If I read what anti-Semitism is and it says the Jewish community is powerful within business, that's racist, I think that's silly. I don't care what nobody says.
Perhaps from the tone of his post, he was describing Zionists rather than Jewish people as a whole, but the damage was done, and Wiley had his MBE rescinded. Still struggling to gain consistency on social media till this day, regularly having his account removed due to the ongoing ban for the comments he made in 2020.
But if you're a public figure, you can't. And the reason for that is you're most likely owned by the people you're about to speak out on. But today, if you look in the world and everything that's going on, you will see whatever you saw me talking about, everything that we were saying or talking about is going on today.
Grime was the impetus, the spark that awoke a generation and built a scene for those who previously didn't have an original UK street music to call their own. There was dancehall, jungle, garage, and rap, but none of these genres fully represented inner city urban street culture, slang, fashion, and the general mood of a generation of impoverished, deprived, and disenfranchised youth in the way Grime did. Before Grime, doing music was generally not an option for many street youths who couldn't relate to pop, rock, and other genres that were popular at the time, with rap often seen as an American thing that they would listen to and enjoy, but weren't sure how to rap without sounding or emulating US rap, the lack of identity. Jungle and garage showed how success from a more UK sound was possible, but Grime was a voice for this generation, where you could express yourself lyrically, and the first time street youth genuinely saw being a musician or a DJ as a viable option to make something of themselves. Do UK street youth of today grow up knowing music is an option? It's hard to imagine that before Grime, this was not the case. The emergence of Grime and creation of a legitimate scene opened other doors, with the likes of Jamal Edwards of SBTV, GRM Daily and Link Up TV creating a platform for artists to feature on and gain exposure. TV personalities and comedians started to emerge, such as Poets Corner, The Jazzy Show, Roll Safe and Big Shaq, to name a few. Films being made capturing the culture, an ecosystem was created where people could be entertained, opportunities could be created, money could be made and dreams could be achieved. No longer needing to be asked to put on, but creating and building our own ecosystem and putting ourselves on. As of today in 2024, Grime as we once knew it is not as popular as it once was. From around 2005 there was a gradual shift to UK rap, but I would argue it was the emergence of Grime that demonstrated that we can make our own sound production wise and MC or rap in our own accents and use our own slang, and it will be more effective than spitting or mirroring what the Americans did. If we look at US rappers before Grime, many had slight Americanisms to their sound.
I believe ya. Now watch the heat, we bring fever. Remember appetite? I used to mac and stalk fever with the backing and more puff than the magic dragon.
Shakespeare wasn't speaking, my dicks and GCSEs wasn't for me. I had a dream that was bigger. Granny figured spitting lyrics wasn't condoned as a Christian. Even Jesus made a living, categorically speaking.
This newfound confidence in our sound and style led to an influx of UK rappers emerging, but with a more UK style, just on a rap tempo rather than Grime.
The time's there, I'm blacked out, the night's clear. Shut down, I'm on it, I never fight fair. A lot of niggas don't like me. I leave them shook in their sleep like nightmares. Fuck a screw face, I don't really mind stairs. See, worst ways is you with a worst face. You from the hood, you can die in your birthplace. Should've kept your eyes to yourself in the first place.
The governments have got us stuck like statues. Hand on my black ooze, ready to clap dudes. Yeah, I'm ignorant, yeah, I'm in a black mood. Call me the dark cloud, and I bark loud. PDC, I put my head in a shark's mouth. Run up in the house, get the peas and then march out.
Hey, the nigga to front against. I jump the fence, put the pound to your head, and I don't mean 100 pence. I'm from the ghetto where there's bellies empty, hunger's dense. Where there's heavy metal and semis empty amongst your friends.
Around 2014 saw the emergence of UK drill, and although initially the music took influence from Chicago drill, the sound morphed into a more UK sound, taking inspiration from Grime with regards to the production.
Out there on the block and they know we're warm. Friends wanna search for hammers, I know that they hope they're warm.
Swing it, cause that's my best friend, that's my best
best friend. Put 3 in the clip like Weston, cause that's my best friend, that's my best friend.
You never know when you're gonna see. Man's not bad. No, you ain't bad enough.
I've been from dough to broke, how would I survive? Because I think like
In the dads with dads and gangsters, all of my kids been shitting their pampers.
UK drill is now seen as its own identity, influencing European drill, Australian drill, and even New York drill. Grime in the traditional sense still exists, with some new UK artists flying the flag and others also putting their own twist on grime, with a new type of grime emerging, referred to as neo-grime.
Wanna chat about role for credentials, them man are scared of innovation, so I must be the monster under their beds. Going at your neck, that's why you turn heads.
D pajama, British citizen, king man, I ain't no prince like William. Family from the Caribbean, and family Yoruba, Nigerian.
Although traditional grime isn't currently the influential force it once was, its impact remains.
The rest of the side, but the stress to them harder. Better went up at the mental assault. Bending the time like I'm pressing my one. Getting better with the pen while I rep for the art.
Me and my gang do think a little different. Couple niggas trying to make a little change off of spitting. Do the block dance, make a little money riffing. Then it's back to the loud money and the loud women. So when you see me out in the end,
there were many people responsible for the creation and emergence of grime.
Major Ace is the reason I stand here today.
Far too many to name, but when you look back at the golden era, most would agree that the one individual, if you had to just pick one, to be the innovator, the driving force, the glue that made everything stick, that one person would be Wiley. From pirate radio to the global stage, Wiley's journey is a testament to the power of vision, creativity, and persistence. The music he and his peers created isn't middle of the road, it isn't PC, it's moody, it's dark, it's edgy, it's flawed, it's unapologetic, and whether good or bad, it's a statement. So perhaps it's understandable that the individual who characterizes the genre most represents all of those traits. And so despite any controversies Wiley's been involved in, and the way the media portray him today, the one thing they can't take from him is that he will forever be remembered as the godfather of grime.
Once in my career I sent for someone.
Right.
And I regret that to the day I die because I respect the man. You know what I mean? And I was probably a bit too leery for a little kid.
Mm. Was that Wiley?
Yeah, that was Wiley. Nothing but respect, and I regret that.
For me, this has to be number one on everyone's list. This was the moment everything changed. And it's Eskimo by Wiley. For me, there's like life before Eskimo and life after it. I think when Eskimo came, that was the moment that garage turned to grime.
Wiley's the GOAT, bro. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get why people move like he's not. Like,
Yeah,
he's the GOAT.
He's the godfather
I don't
of
give a
grime,
I don't give a if you rap. I don't care what you do. If you're black doing some shit,
Yeah,
Wiley's
from
the
UK,
GOAT.
yeah, that's real, bro.
What are you talking about? Like, what's man talking about? Wiley's the GOAT.
I rate that highly. That's why no matter what we had, I still got to shout out Wiley. Build a scene.
I am part of grime in such a way that I won't let it die.
Real deep, getting them hyper. We get them to eat like a baby diaper. With them on the rhythm of a lyrical sniper.
it's Wiley and I'm getting them hyper. I get them to eat like